thriller here on Hutch and Huber YouTube. The 13-seeded New Mexico State Aggies knocked off Player of the Year candidate Peyton Pritchard and the 4-seeded Oregon Ducks. We've got another good one on hand for this one. Should be a close matchup between the Wolverines and the Musketeers.
Really excited for this one. Game 2 of 3. The first one was already really, really exciting.
Boy, Jabari Rice had a big game. 33 points. Outdueled Peyton Pritchard, who had 30, but it was a little bit of an inefficient 30. Couldn't get it going from beyond the arc. And how about a shout out to our Zaxby's Player of the Game, Jabari Rice, for retweeting our tweet.
Thank you so much for that. That's
shout out to you, brother.
So appreciated. We've already got like 10 likes on that tweet.
He is, as the kids would say, a real one. And here we are.
He's a young OG, Jabari Price.
In Detroit for this first round matchup in the West region.
Bryce, who you got tonight? The Musketeers or the Wolverines?
It's going to be a close one. Xavier is coming off a good win against Richmond in the first 4. But in the end, I'm going to have to take the team out of the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines. As you see, Isaiah Simpson driving into the lane, drawing a foul, going to the line for 2 to kick off the action here. Xavier Simpson, leading scorer for the Wolverines at almost 13 points a game, and he's got 7.9 assists per game. Leading assist man in the country, 8 assists a game. Xavier Simpson right there. Big time guy for the Wolverines, runs the show.
Not as big of a motor, not as big a part of the engine as Peyton Pritchard is for Oregon, but still, like Bryce said, 13 points a game, 8 assists. That's pretty important. He's a playmaker. He is the straw that stirs the Wolverines' drink.
He hails from Lima, Ohio. We talked about this the other night. I don't know what it is about guys from Lima, Ohio, but they know how to distribute the basketball. Tyler Eulis also hails from Lima.
They eat their lima beans every night for dinner. Their mamas know what's good for them.
Knocks in both free throws. It's 2-0. Xavier coming back the other way. This is Gooden with the ball. Gooden runs the point for the Musketeers.
I'll tell you, the guy with the ball, Najee Marshall, he's my PTPer, Hutch. He averages 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists a game.
Stir takes a PTPer pick at the start of every game as Jones forces one up at the end of the shot clock. Stir, you were correct the other night with the Villanova game. Jeremiah Robinson-Earl as Marshall throws it up to Scruggs with an open look for 3. No good. This is rebounded by Brooks.
Eli Brooks out of Spring Grove High School. 10.6 a game, 3.7 rebounds. The Wolverines have 5 guys who score in double figures, really balanced scoring. I think that's why they're going to win tonight.
Jump shot from Simpson, no good.
Najee Marshall, quick 3. He rattles it home. First shot of the night for the Musketeers. They're up 3-2 early. I expect Najee Marshall, I think he'll have about 25 points, 8 rebounds, maybe 4 assists.
Simpson drives into the lane, can't finish with his left hand. Are you going with, if you're going with Xavier Simpson for your PTP for Michigan tonight, sir?
It's going to be tough. If it's a fast-paced game, then I'll have Xavier Simpson because he's going to be scoring the ball a lot.
Stolen away by Brooks for Michigan.
But if the Musketeers slow it down and turn it into a half-court game, I think John Teskey is going to be big-time down low.
Brooks throws it ahead to Isaiah Livers. He, along with Xavier Simpson, leads the Wolverines in scoring at 13 a game.
Over to Najee Marshall on the wing.
Livers is a junior forward from Kalamazoo, Michigan, hometown kid. Same hometown as Derek Jeter.
Gooden, 3-ball, rattles it out. Rebound, Noah Livers.
Livers throws it to Brooks on the left side. Brooks can't get it to go with his left hand.
Paul Scruggs with the board, pushing it up the floor. Corner, Najee Marshall, 3-ball. Got it! That's a quick 2 threes from Najee Marshall. He's got all 6 for the Musketeers.
Oh, he can stroke it, Stir. That's pretty.
Woo, corner pocket. Simpson brings it up the floor, sets up the offense. Gets a ball screen from Livers. Corner, Wagner. Ho, 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 Green Giant.
That is Franz Wagner, the guard forward freshman from Berlin, Germany.
Younger brother of Washington Wizards, Mo Wagner. Both sharpshooters. Woo! Najee Marshall with another green bean.
Back and forth we go. Some incredible shot making to start this one off.
Unlike the start of the Oregon game we had earlier, it was really slow to start. Picked it up later on.
We're going to get a jump ball here. Yes, this one should be a little more up-tempo than that Oregon-New Mexico State game.
Hey, we got the half and half rules. We're jumping from the free throw line. Got to get these guys ready for the NBA.
Xavier comes up with the ball.
Zach Fremantle, the freshman out of Teaneck, New Jersey. He's a Catholic kid. He went to Bergen Catholic High School. Marshall down the Gooden. Up to Jones at the free throw line. Tries to drive with the right hand. And a reach in by Isaiah Livers.
That's Tyreek Jones, a senior forward from Bloomfield, Connecticut. Gets about 14 points a game, second leading scorer for the Musketeers, and he's the leading rebounder at 11 points a game.
Paul Scruggs over to Gooden. Quentin Gooden, the senior guard, over to Najee Marshall. He's got all 8 with a left-hand pull-up. Jay, long on that one.
That's John Teskey with the board for the Wolverines. He gets 11.6 rebounds, or 11.6 points, 7 rebounds a game. He's a big 7-1 man inside in the middle for the Wolverines.
Livers can't finish.
Tyreek Jones pulls down the board.
Paul Scruggs sets it up. Breaks him down off the dribble. Lobs it up. Oh! Tyreek Jones. Little 360 midair. Flushed it.
Paul Scruggs delivering the nice left-handed dime.
Xavier Simpson controlling the offense. Drives the right hand. Got hacked. And he can't get it to go.
We'll go back to the line. That's 2 fouls early on Quentin Gooden.
Whew. I don't know. Was that as good as the dunk the other night from Brian Antoine?
I don't know if we're going to get one in this tournament that tops that Brian Antoine dunk. Simpson knocks in the first. Some other guys to watch for off the bench for the Wolverines. David DeJulius, he gets 7 points a game, and Brandon Johns Jr., he also gets 6 points a game. DeJulius is a guard, Johns a forward off the bench. Both hail from Michigan. DeJulius from Detroit, Johns Jr. from East Lansing. Now with the ball for Xavier, that's Kiki Tandy. He's from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Thought about going to Cincinnati. Chose Xavier instead. We all know that's a huge rivalry.
Scruggs with it, down to Fremantle. 2 on the shot clock. Najee Marshall from 35, short. Long rebound. Tandy gets it back.
By Tandy, nice hustle.
Scruggs back out to Marshall, over to Tandy. They're going to set up the offense, but 5 on the shot clock.
Tandy
over to
gets
Scruggs.
about 7 a game.
Scruggs off the mark. Brooks with a rebound. They're going to push it in transition.
Eli Brooks pulls it back. Stops top of the key. Dribbles over to the right wing. Goes it back over to left side Simpson. Simpson's going to set up the offense out top with the March Madness logo. Gets a screen from Teschke, dribbling left. Over to Wagner in the corner.
Just hit that 3 earlier. He's going to pull again. Ho, ho, ho. Green Giant.
Franz Wagner.
Back-to-back green beans for Wagner. He's got 6 early for the Wolverines, and that'll put him up 2.
Bada bing, bada boom. Najee Marshall working in the right slot.
Spin move, blows by. Goes up, left hand, got it to go.
What a tough little finish with the offhand.
Najee Marshall with a quick 10 points here in the first 5.5 minutes. Not set up at 12. Xavier Simpson, he gets a little space to the rim. Can't finish. Little contact from Tyreek Jones. Paul Scruggs pushing it in transition. He goes up with the left. And he got the green. Nice, silky, smooth finish.
Look at his speed. The ability to go that fast and still have the body control to finish that with the left hand. Impressive young fella. Eli Brooks comes off the screen, gets a little space, doesn't shoot it. Off to Teschke at the top of the key.
The big 6'7" man. Big country.
Having trouble handling the ball, and it's stolen away by Scruggs. Scruggs has the 2-on-1, gives it off to Marshall with the left-hand layup. That's 12 points for Marshall early in the game, and he's got the takeover.
He's got the takeover 6 minutes in. That's pretty quick. Haven't seen that yet. And we got the old school Mountain Dew logo. Sounds good right about now. Inside Isaiah Livers, kick out. Wagner's already hit 2 from there. And Marshall's all up in his grill. He's going to pull up again. He got another one. 3 in a row for Wagner.
Don't give him space. Get your hands up, young fella. Franz Wagner with 9 early. Wagner v. Marshall.
The corner specialist.
16-15 in the first 7 minutes. Some offensive firepower from both squads there. From
Ooh!
Marshall up to Tyreek Jones for the alley-oop slam.
Tyreek Jones with his second powerful slam of the first quarter.
How about Marshall creating so much offense for the Musketeers early?
And the Wolverines call a quick timeout.
Juwan Howard coaching the Wolverines, his first year as a coach. Played, of course, for the Miami Heat. Played on the Fab Five team for the Wolverines back in the early 90s.
Then Sat was about the 12th man for that Miami Heat championship team with LeBron James and that big three.
Michigan started off the season real hot. If you remember, they went to that tournament down in Maui. They won a few games, got up the top 5 in the country, took a loss to Louisville. Or actually, they might have even beaten Louisville, but man, the Big Ten Conference is grueling. It's been really good this year, as well as the Big East. Xavier went 8-10 in the Big East. Michigan 10-10 in the Big Ten. As the rebound comes off to Xavier. Moore with a nice pass to Marshall for the handed slam. Nice slash to the basket by Najee Marshall. He's got 14 points. David DeJulius, the guard off the bench, checks in.
Nice dish from Bryce Moore, the senior out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He went to Park Tudor High School.
Stolen away by Carter. And a nice pass up the floor. A nice block there by Colin Castleton. He comes off the bench, a forward, 6'11". He hails from Daytona Beach, Florida. 3 points a game.
DeJulius, fall away, Jay, can't get it to go. Carter with the rebound. Bishop gets the ball. That's Demir Bishop. Inside to Bryce Moore. Ooh, little scoop with the left hand.
Pretty.
Nice little touch.
That's Jason Carter, checked in for the Xavier Musketeers. Junior forward from Johnsontown, Ohio, gets 7 and 5 a game. DeJulius has the ball out at the top. Dribbles left into the lane.
He can't finish.
He'll go to the line for 2.
Foul on Demir Bishop. Somehow DeJulius is already cold. He hasn't played very much.
Little bit of a surprise from this Xavier offense early. Their offense ranked 103rd in the country by KenPom, but boy, have they come out firing. Najee Marshall.
He's having the game of his life. He's got 14 in the first 8 minutes. And here comes Demir Bishop back with the ball. The freshman out of Emotep Institute Charter High School. Marshall can't finish. Nunez pushing the ball up the floor.
That's Brandon Johns Jr. pulling down the board for the Michigan Wolverines, forward off the bench. DeJulius with the ball at the top of the key. Gives it off to Nunez. It's Adrian Nunez, a sophomore guard from Brooklyn, New York. He gets 2 points a game. Nunez drives the lane, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Rebound to Marshall. Marshall's going to push it himself up the middle of the floor. No numbers, he'll pull it out.
Corner, Demir Bishop. Ho, 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 Green Giant.
Boom!
A lot of greens early, back and forth from both teams, but Xavier asserting their dominance from beyond the arc, up 8, 25-17.
Besides Xavier Simpson getting the line early, he's been taken out of the game, and Wagner with those threes from the corner. Michigan hasn't been able to get too much going on the offensive end of the ball.
You take away Wagner's threes, and they're in deep trouble.
For the Wolverines, DeJulius pulls up from 15, no good. Rebound to Marshall. Xavier can hold for the last shot if they want it.
Najee Marshall pulls it out, 10 seconds to go. And looks like they're going to hold. They're up 8, can push it to double digits. Here comes Marshall.
The floor spread for Marshall to take it himself. Stops from 17.
And he rimmed it out. But a nice first 10 minutes here from the Xavier Musketeers, especially Najee Marshall, my PT peer. And it looks like he is going to be the PT peer if they keep these things up. Musketeers up 8. Got to bring Xavier Simpson back in the game. He's their playmaker. He's been sitting on the bench for about 4 or 5 minutes. And here come the Musketeers. They got the ball.
Xavier with a real nice first quarter there, up 8. 30 minutes to go in this one.
Jason Carter, 6'8" forward. And bad reaching from
Brandon Johns Jr. Hometown kid from East Lansing, Michigan. Decided not to go to Michigan State. Committed to the Wolverines instead.
Izzo didn't want him. Woo! I think that was DeJulius almost had that steal. Simpson still sitting on the bench. The second unit for Michigan, not doing a great job. If you're Juwan Howard, you might want to bring in your starters. Here comes Gooden. Gooden off the right hand baseline. Back to the left.
On that right side. Johns Jr. with the rebound. Throws it ahead to Bahima.
Cole Bahima.
Up to Colin Castleton. To Julius driving the lane.
Can't finish. DeJulius really, really cold. Missed his first 4 shots. Here comes Bryce Moore off the dribble, left hand. Gets to the middle. Jason Carter. Man, he had a little lane there. Should have taken it.
Cole Bahima is a big 6'7" freshman guard who gets 3 points off the bench.
Whew, good, and he can't finish the bunny.
Another
Wide open layup.
Johns Jr. DeJulius pushing up the right side for the Wolverines. He gives it off to Bahima on the right wing. Bahima with a spin move into the middle of the lane. Throws it back outside to DeJulius.
Slow motion spin move if I've ever seen one.
Gonna get a ball screen from Johns Jr. Pulls up for 3, no good. Rebound to Carter.
Carter over the Gooden. He's going to push it up. Moore's got some space. Kicks out. Gooden, 3. Rimmed it out. Brandon Johns with the rebound up to Bahima. Bahima trying to work him off the bounce. Kicks it out to Nunez. He's going to pull it back out. 14 on the shot clock. Gets a little ghost screen. Pulls up from 3. He rims it in.
Impressive shot making from Nunez off the bounce. Stepping back. Step back. Cheddar jack.
Ooh, Ramsey with a right-handed flush.
Nice court vision there by Gooden to throw it ahead to Ramsey for the Musketeers.
Danny Ramsey, big 6'9" freshman forward out of Cordell, Georgia. He only averages 2 points a game. And Adrian Nunez just hit that 3. He averages 2 a game. He's already got 3.
Ill-advised shot there. Very contested mid-range jump shot. Air ball.
Bricked it. Missed everything. Bryce Moore with the ball. Over to Gooden. Jason Carter at the elbow. Holding on to it.
By Johns Jr.
Bryce Moore, 3. Rimmed it out. Rebound by Bahima.
Bahima's going to push up the middle of the floor for the Wolverines. Stops at the top of the key. Throws it over to DeJulius. DeJulius is going to pull it back out high at the March Madness logo.
Looks like Juwan Howard's bringing his 3 best players back into the game. Finally, after about 6 minutes, Castleton with a deep 2 rimmed it out. That's one of the worst shots in basketball. Both of his feet were on the line.
Demir Bishop up the left side for Xavier.
Ooh, nice blow by. Woo! Nice finish.
Right-handed finish on the left side.
He blew by Castleton, finished with the right hand. That's put him up 9. Timeout, Wolverines. Juwan Howard really needs this.
He's going to get Simpson and Wagner back in the game.
The Musketeers really took advantage of the Wolverines' second unit being in the game.
Xavier pushing the tempo.
And they got Wagner. Wagner got hot early. He's been sitting on the bench for about 6 or 7 minutes.
Interesting decision from Coach Howard as Xavier Simpson gets his
cookies.
Gets his lunch meat taken from him. Nice
Paul
pass
Scruggs.
Up the Scruggs. Another nice pass from Quentin Gooden up ahead.
Knock on wood, but could this be our 3rd straight upset here on Hutch and Huber Sports?
Whew. Exciting things happening over here on this network.
Xavier only went 8-10 in Big East play, but playing like they went undefeated.
Eli Brooks has the ball out top. This is a good time to give a shout out to our guys at the neutral site. They've got games going on all day till almost midnight over there on the neutral site YouTube channel.
John Teskey with a nice finish there. Knocks it down to single digits.
Scruggs throws to Kiki Tandy. Pulls it back out high to the March Madness logo.
And where's Najee Marshall at?
One wonders.
He's got 14 points. Here comes Wagner into the corner. Eli Brooks, corner J.
Oh, that hit the rim like 10 times.
Thought that was going to fall.
Kiki Tandy pushing up the left side for the Musketeers. Throws it back out to the top of the key to Scruggs. Scruggs is going to receive a ball screen going right. Trying to get in the lane. Nothing doing. Has to kick it out to the corner.
Gooden inside to Tyreek Jones. Had a couple powerful slams behind the back. Gooden, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Eli Brooks. They're going to push it up to Wagner. Wagner's got to be hunting a shot. Eli Brooks with the right hand. Fouled. Ooh, and he got hacked by Jason Carter. Knocks him over.
Tough foul. Put him on his butt.
2 shots for Eli Brooks. Big 6'7" point guard. Has a little bit of a Magic Johnson build as he rattles out the first one. Interesting free throw routine. He's dribbled about 7 times. He eyes, he flies, greens it, gets it to go. 8-point game, excuse me. Good.
Quentin Gooden across the timeline for the Musketeers. Throws it over to Jones on the left wing. Jones has an isolation over there. Drives middle. Gets about 7 feet from the bucket. Nice spin move back to his right shoulder. Can't convert, but he gets his own board. Jones backing down Teschke. Gets the middle lane.
Oh, nice cut. They can't finish. Teschke with the rebound.
Gooden's got to finish that. I think he felt Teschke's 7-1 presence.
Livers with the tomahawk slam.
Way to rim run, young fella.
Woo.
Isaiah Livers.
Explode. Elevate for the slam.
A junior from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Scruggs has the ball out top. Xavier's lead's been cut to 6. Was up to 11 at one point. Nice pass into Scruggs. Turns left shoulder, can't get it to go. Teschke pulls down the board. Xavier Simpson going to push up the left side for Michigan. Simpson stops at the three-point line.
Pulls it out on the wing. Dribbling it out 10 seconds ago. Eli Brooks has a lane. Stop and pop. Got it to go from about 13 feet.
Sweet little J. Boom ta-ta off the bounce mid-range jumper.
And one has to wonder, where in the world is Najee Marshall? He had 14 points in the first quarter, and he hasn't seen any action in the second quarter.
Boy, I tell you what. Coach Steely for the Musketeers might catch a little heat from that one. The poor decision-making.
Xavier Simpson finds a lane, kicks out. Isaiah Livers. Wagner's open. He wants another one. And he missed it.
Franz Wagner finally misses his first 3 of the game. 3 for 4 from outside, really.
Tandy.
Tandy open.
Ooh.
Sit down. Kiki Tandy.
Hesitated at first, but had a lot of space.
From Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Xavier's lead back up to 7. Simpson going to receive a ball screen from Livers. Goes downhill, squares his shoulders. Little flip up won't go. Rebound to Tyreek Jones. Quentin Gooden pushing back down the floor for the Musketeers. Trying to get in the lane. He's got the mismatch on Livers.
Tandy over to Paul Scruggs. Works with the left hand. Gets in the lane. Nice finish from Paul Scruggs. And their lead's back up to 9. Scoring has slowed down a little bit, but still putting points up for the Musketeers. Ooh, Wagner kind of flopping a little bit. Wants the call. He's getting double teamed. Oh, there's going to be a jump ball. Second of the game.
Ooh, a little pushing and shoving going on there.
Getting a little pushy out there. Little size advantage here. Oh, but Tyreek Jones comes down with it. Quentin Goodwin brings it up the floor. Over to Kiki Tandy. Just hit that 3 ball. Paul Scruggs at the top of the key. Gets a ball screen from Jones. Gets in the lane. Kick out. Good in. Ho, ho, ho. Green Giant.
Big shot, and the lead's back up to double digits there.
Another corner pocket 3. Quentin Gooden.
Michigan's got to stop the bleeding. That's a little 7-0 run there.
Even without Najee Marshall, the lead's up. Largest of the game at 12. Nice finish from Xavier Simpson. They need a little bit more of that. But, man, 17 to 35 from the field, and they have 9 more shot attempts than the Wolverines. That's not...
Musketeers dominating them on the boards.
Paul Scruggs gets in the lane, pull up Jay.
Also doing
That's
a real
long.
nice job of taking care of the ball. Eli Brooks comes down with the rebound, throws
Simpson.
it to Simpson.
Ooh.
Simpson back out to Livers.
Might have had a lane there. Should have gone up with it. But he's got to pull it back out.
The offense. Gets a high ball screen from Teschke.
Teschke at the top of the key. Big 7-1. He's going to pull. That's long. But Eli Brooks comes out with a long rebound. No block out there from the Musketeers. And a reach-in from Paul Scruggs. Scruggs didn't even attempt to block out, and then he has a lazy reach-in. Eli Brooks gets in the corner. Castleton's going to check into the ball game. And that's an illegal screen on Castleton. Fresh off the bench, and he makes a mistake right away. Finally, Najee Marshall. He's been sitting on the bench for about 8 minutes.
Tyreek Jones working on Castleton, top of the key. Gives it off to Gooden.
Gooden pull up Jay. No good.
Nice
Rebound.
little curl cut.
Castleton running the floor. Kick out. Eli Brooks. Corner 3. That's long. Bryce Moore with the rebound. Quentin Gooden only 1 of 8. Just hit that corner tray ball, though.
Bryce Moore has the ball at the top of the key. Gives it off to Ramsey on the left wing. Surely Xavier will be looking to get the ball to Najee Marshall.
Gooden rims out. He's now 1 of 9 from the field. You gotta look to get the ball to Najee Marshall.
Less than a minute to go in this first half. Michigan down 9, looking to get a little momentum going in the
Woo!
halftime, and they get it. Xavier Simpson with a big 3 straight away, top of the key.
He's gonna rattle that one home. Cuts it back to single digits. 39-32 Musketeers. Bryce Moore at the wing. Musketeers, nice ball screen action. Gooden gets it back. He's going to drive the left hand. He's going to lose it, and it's going to be Michigan basketball.
They've got a chance to hold for the last shot if they want it. Big last 45 seconds for Michigan to knock down a big shot, and then to get the last shot here. Even if they miss it, the momentum's on their side going into the half.
They finally take Gooden out of the ball game, bringing Demir Bishop for him. Here comes DeJulius. They can hold it for the last shot.
10 seconds on the game clock. David DeJulius has the ball at the top of the key. Throws it over to Colin Castleton. Drives to the middle
Castleton,
of the lane.
ooh, switched hands midair, went up to the left, but he couldn't finish, but he gets bumped.
Michigan went a little early there. There's still 5 seconds left on the clock for Xavier. 2 free throws for Castleton now. Has a chance to cut the lead to 5.
Colin Castleton knocks that one home. 6'11" forward from Daytona Beach, Florida. Another Catholic kid out of Father Lopez Catholic High School. A little bit of a soft spot for these Catholic kids, wouldn't you say, Bryce?
I agree. Second one up and good from Castleton. The lead is cut to 5.
Bryce Moore pushes it up. 2 seconds. Deep 3, 40 feet. Ah, that's long. You gotta be pleased if you're Michigan here in these last few minutes, cutting the lead to 5 by halftime. They were down.
Huge last minute of the game. Last minute of the half right there for the Wolverines.
And you're fortunate that Najee Marshall sat for about 9 minutes there in the second quarter. I don't know what Xavier's coach was thinking out there.
Najee Marshall only played 9 or 10 minutes, and he was still the player of the first half in my books.
He's got 14. Kenny's still depressed over there. Somebody tell him that it's going to be all right. Well, let's look at the halftime report. Najee Marshall, 14 points, 4 rebounds, and he didn't even barely play the second quarter.
I told you Xavier Simpson's a big assist man. Don't think he has 9. Nice little 2K glitch there. But he is the straw that stirs the drink for the Wolverines.
He's got a nice little 9 points, but Franz Wagner, he's got 9 points.
As well. Had 3 big triples there in the first quarter. He's only gotten 1
Woo.
shot attempt since.
Get the wave going.
Okay, Ken. Okay.
Shaq getting a little freaky.
Pull the rope, Ken.
Woo. Shaq with the moves.
All right. And the halftime show's about over, and we're going to get back to action here in Detroit, Michigan for the first round.
If you're Xavier, you got to play Najee Marshall all 20 minutes here in the second half. He's got to be 100% ready to go. Look what they're doing. He's bringing the ball up the floor.
Possession goes to Xavier to start the half. Marshall has the ball out top at the top of the key. Driving right, getting right into the lane, kicks it out to Scruggs. Scruggs in the right slot. Backs out, sets up the offense. Bad pass in there, stolen away by Livers. Livers throws it up to Eli Brooks. Brooks goes through the contact, can't finish the rim, but that's Paul Scruggs' second, and Brooks will go to the line for 2.
Brooks missed the first one. Eli Brooks, eyes he flies, rattles the second one home, and he cuts it to 4.
6-0 run for Michigan dating back to the last minute of the first half. Simpson guards Goodwin. Goodwin throws to Marshall out on the right wing. Pivoting. Tight defense out there.
They're up in his grill, 35 feet away from the basket.
Goodwin has the ball on the right wing for the Musketeers. Gets to the middle of the floor. Puts up with his left hand. No good. Rebound to Teskey.
They're going to look to push, throwing the ball up the floor. Eli Brooks inside to Isaiah Livers. Up with the right hand. He finishes, and the lead cut down to 2 now for the Musketeers.
Michigan storming back. If you're Xavier, you've got to get a bucket here in the next couple possessions to stop the bleeding.
Seemed like they just had an 11-point lead. Now all of a sudden disappeared down to 2. Najee Marshall back in, though, for the Musketeers.
Working on Teskey.
We had a little lane there. Kicks it out to Zach Fremantle. Nothing doing. 2 on the shot clock. Tyreek Jones, turnaround. Oh, he got it to go. Tough shot at the end of the shot clock. Tyreek Jones really stepping up big for Xavier with a couple of thunderous dunks in the first half, and now a nice turnaround jumper.
Tyreek Jones back to the basket, turns his shoulders square in midair, and knocks down the little J.
Ooh, and a reach on Paul Scruggs. That's going to be his 3rd.
We'll see if Coach Steely from Xavier decides to sit Scruggs and save him for the end of the game.
Wagner into Brooks. Eli Brooks gets a corner. Oh, corner three, pulls up. That's going to be long. Fremantle the rebound. Up to Najee Marshall. He's going to push it in transition. Tries to go baseline, picks up his dribble. Over to Tyreek Jones. Back screen, Najee Marshall. Oh, he should have just went up with it.
Fremantle kicks out to Scruggs. Back out to Gooden, top the key, receives a ball screen going left from Jones.
Ooh, nice lane.
Little burst of speed there from Quentin Gooden. And the Musketeers respond, and they stop the bleeding. They're back up 6.
Xavier Simpson. Oh, nice spin move. Gets into the lane, kicks out. Ooh.
Oh, should have scored that one.
Mishandled that. Wagner off the ball screen. He's got a little ISO. He's going to the right hand. Kicks out. Xavier Simpson, corner tray. That's long. Rebound, Paul Scruggs. He's going to push the tempo. Xavier has numbers. Lobs it up. Tyreek Jones! Another one for the big fella. His third of the game.
What a pass from Quentin Gooden. Nice court vision. Lobbing it up for the big fella.
This looks like 2012 Kentucky Wildcats. Anthony Davis. Corner three, no good. Gooden with the rebound.
Xavier pushing the tempo.
Once again, Xavier, I didn't think they were going to be this fast-paced, but it's working for him so far. Over to Marshall. Jones on the wing. Man, has he been big for the Musketeers tonight. Gooden, not so much. Oh, but a terrible reach-in by
a little chippy. Isaiah Livers, not happy with the call.
Tyreek Jones to inbounds. Finally gets it into Gooden. Pass fake inside to Fremantle at the elbow. Gets double team, kick out. Gooden drives baseline with the right hand. Got the green.
Nifty little move there by Quentin Gooden.
Quick 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes for the Musketeers, and the lead all of a sudden back up to 10 for the Musketeers.
Franz Wagner works back out to the left elbow.
Oh, he gets his pockets picked by Gooden. Thank you. Come again.
Gooden pushing up the right side for the Musketeers. Driving right. Steps back. Gives off to Marshall. Marshall's been a little bit more quiet in the first 4 minutes of this second half.
Oh, but he gets his pockets picked by Franz Wagner. Corner. Simpson. Tray ball. He got that one to go.
Bada bing, bada boom. Bottom of the net, Xavier Simpson knocks it down.
Answering it right back. Cuts it to 7. Impressive shot making so far tonight. Here comes Najee Marshall, the ball on the wing. Little hop step. Gets Wagner on his back. Corner to Scruggs. Scruggs gets a ball screen, gets in the middle, and it's another back-to-back turnover.
Wagner pushing up the middle of the floor.
Corner, Eli Brooks. That's long. Rebound Scruggs.
Fast-paced tempo here in the second half. Marshall for 3 on the right wing. A quick shot, no good. Maybe ill-advised. Quick early in the shot clock. Simpson pushes up to Isaiah Livers, middle of the floor. Throws it back out to Simpson. Another 3. No good this time. Rebound Tyreek Jones, and Xavier will slow the tempo a little bit.
Paul Scruggs gets the ball over to Najee Marshall. Been really quiet since that big burst in the first quarter. Paul Scruggs out to Gooden. Gooden to Fremantle. Back out to Paul Scruggs. 5 on the shot clock. Spin move. 3 ball. That one's going to rattle out. Rebound Isaiah Livers.
Nice rebound by the big fella.
Wagner. Tray ball. Missed that one. That's not really what you're looking for. Transition pull-up 3. Paul Scruggs with a left hand. Gets to the middle. Back out to Gooden. Inside to Marshall. Left hand. Nice finish from Najee Marshall on a timeout by the Wolverines.
He's got 16. That's his first bucket in 15 minutes since the first quarter when he had 14 points.
Hasn't scored. Before that, hasn't scored in about 15 minutes. Had 14 in the first quarter. Now he's got 16. And the Musketeers are back up 9. We might have a third straight upset here at Hutchinson Sports. We had the 3-seeded Maryland Terrapins get beat by the 14-seeded UC Irvine Anteaters. And about an hour ago, we had the Oregon Ducks get upset by the New Mexico State Aggies. And now the Musketeers up 9, looking to pull off a third straight upset.
David Julius checks back in. He's going to the line for the Wolverines, as well as Colin Castleton, the freshman from Daytona Beach, Florida. Gooden picks up his 3rd foul there. Might be checking out of the ball game.
Might be a blessing in disguise for the Musketeers. Gooden has been flat out been playing terrible.
DeJulius knocks down both free throws. The lead's cut to 7. Bryce Moore on the point now for the Musketeers. Checked in for Gooden. Demir Bishop also checks into the game.
Jason Carter, I think he's been scoreless tonight. Back over to Bryce Moore. Najee Marshall on the wing. Into the corner to Bishop. Ramsey down low. Hot potato with the basketball right now. Fadeaway 3 from Moore. That's long. Rebound by Brandon Johns. Up to Castleton. They're going to look to push the ball.
Adrian Nunez also back in the game for the Wolverines. Kicks out to DeJulius in the left slot. Throws it over to Nunez. Receives a ball screen from Castleton. Drives left.
Oh, can't finish. Just to make a point, in the beginning of the second quarter when the Wolverines brought in their second unit is really when they started to fall behind. Now they're down 7, bring back in their second unit. Oh, Bryce Moore wide open down low.
What was Castleton doing? He was supposed to be in help defense on the midline. He found himself in the first row eating popcorn.
He juked Castleton out of his shoes.
Cole Bahima on the left wing throws it back up to Adrian Nunez, top of the key.
Nunez holding the ball. 8 on the shot clock. Brandon Johns tries to work Jason Carter off the dribble. Kick out Nunez. Pull up Jay. Contested. That's long. Rebound Bryce Moore. Again, the Musketeers pushing the ball in transition. Oh, a nice defense here from Adrian Nunez. Bishop on the wing. Back up to Bryce Moore. 8 on the shot clock. Najee Marshall gets it back. Nice ball screen. Pull up Jay at the elbow. Rattled out. Oh, but a tip in. Jason Carter cleaning up the boards.
Even though he didn't convert, that's nice action there by Xavier. Najee Marshall coming off the overcut. He immediately gets a ball screen from that right wing driving middle. Good things came of it.
Scores table looking a little crowded now. Castleton gets his stuff beat. Bishop with the ball. They're up 11. Looking to push in transition. Bryce Moore has the ball.
A bucket here would be demoralizing for the Wolverines.
Oh.
Instead, Bahima picks the pocket.
DeJulius. Easy. Oh, and he throws it down to the right hand.
Young fella with a little bounce and a one-handed slam.
Musketeers with a timeout to stop the bleeding and to try and prevent the Wolverines from coming back and getting a run. Where's those St. Anthony Bears at? Come on, man. They couldn't make the trip out. I'd rather see those kids than these cheerleaders. Really appreciate those Bears.
Quentin Gooden checks back into the game for the Musketeers. Throws it over to Marshall. Back to Gooden up high at the March Madness logo. We got an off-the-ball foul on the 7-1 big man Teskey. Ball stays with Xavier's. They inbound from the sideline.
Carter
to
inbound.
Tyreek Jones in the corner. Back at the Carter on the right wing. Now Marshall with the ball. Gooden up top. Marshall driving right on the wing. Scruggs way out high, 2 on the shot clock. Gonna have to force up a long 3. No good. Rebound to Brooks.
Eli Brooks pushing it up the floor. Pulls it back out. Wagner hasn't hit a shot since that first quarter where he made 3 straight 3-pointers. Now gets in the lane, gets a bump, and he makes it.
Ooh, nice little move by Franz Wagner to get the defender on his back, take the bump, and still finish the shot.
Just as I'm dogging him, he scores for the first time since the first quarter.
It's 11.
Najee Marshall.
Showtime.
Oh, yeah. Clear the lane, baby. Najee Marshall throws it down with 2 hands. He's got 18.
Julius back across the timeline for the Wolverines. Over to Colin Castleton. Works it back out to the right wing. Taking his defender off the bounce to the middle. Little left-hand finish, no good. Rebound to Tyreek Jones. Outlet pass out to Gooden, pushing up the left side. Back over to Scruggs in the middle.
Najee Marshall gets the ball back. He's got 18. Over to Paul Scruggs, top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock, ball screen. Scruggs gets in the lane, dump off to Tyreek Jones. He gets fouled, and he finishes that one. Whew.
What a finish by Tyreek Jones. That was a lot of contact from Teskey, and he still finished it. Now he goes to the line for one more.
Somehow gets the contact from the 7-1 Teskey and finishes over him. Musketeers push it back up to 12. 58-46. DeJulius handling it at the point. Kicks it out. Castleton, shot fake. Wagner, deep 2. That one's long. Rebound, Paul Scruggs. He's going to push the ball up the floor. Over to Gooden. Could sort of hold for for a last shot.
Actually, no, they couldn't. 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock as Marshall drives into the lane. Throws it over to Jones. To Carter. Goodwin. Marshall back out top the key. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Marshall's got to take a contested three. No good.
Rebound. Jason Carter! Tomahawk slam on the offensive rebound. Largest lead of the night for the Musketeers.
What a huge play by Jason Carter.
Oh, what are they doing?
Hasn't done much so far, and now the Wolverines look flustered.
Hutch, they got to get this Julius kid out of the game. He's making way too many mistakes.
Got to get Xavier Simpson back.
Scruggs from half court, and that's just off the mark. And the Musketeers heading into the final 10 minutes with a 60-46 lead, their largest of the night.
A couple of gargantuan plays by the Musketeers there to end the half.
Humongous.
Jones taking the contact, finishing, and converting the three-point play at the line. And then Jason Carter with the offensive rebound and putback stuff gets the lead up to 14, the largest of the game for either team.
I'll say Jason Carter's had a couple nice offensive rebounds that he's put back in. Huge 4 points that the Musketeers are going to need down the stretch.
Check out that Zaxby's assist of the game. Najee Marshall throwing it up to Tyreek Jones there in the first half with a slam. David DeJulius still in the game for the Wolverines. Brings it across the timeline, top of the key. Gets a screen to the left from Castleton. Pulls up from 16, no good. Rebound, Jason Carter.
Marshall with a right hand.
Musketeers. Put this one up 16.
Woo. This could be some highway robbery from the Xavier Musketeers. The Three Musketeers.
Xavier looking for their second win in this tournament already as they had to beat Richmond to even get to this game and Dayton in the first four.
Paul Scruggs, he's got a lane.
Showtime!
Oh, man!
Xavier's running it up and down the floor all over the Wolverines.
This is just getting silly, Hutch. 18-point lead.
This is still March.
DeJulius, why is this kid still in the game? He's been turning the ball over and missing shots all over the place. Where is Xavier Simpson? This is the biggest game of the year so far for the Wolverines, and it could be their last. Oh, Wagner with
Wagner with his fourth three of the game, stopping and popping off the ball screen.
Ho, 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 Green Giant. Nice coming off the ball screen. He got the green bean, his fourth of the night.
14 for Wagner. Gooden throws it over to Marshall in the right slot. Marshall receives a ball screen from Tyreek Jones, goes back to the middle left hand, finish.
Got his own rebound. Foul. And he can't finish. Teskey with his third.
Marshall to go to the line for two.
Such a big first quarter that really helped just boost this Xavier team to a big lead early on. Kind of adding on now. Up to 17 for the Musketeers. 66-49.
Isaiah Livers and Xavier Simpson check back into the game for the Wolverines.
Finally got DeJulius out. Should not play another second in this game if I'm Jawan Howard.
Eli Brooks also checks back into the game for the Wolverines, receives a ball screen from Teskey.
Oh, that's an ill-advised shot. You knew that wasn't going in.
That's just bad basketball stir.
You're not going to get back into the game with those kind of
Howard's
shots.
Not happy with
Tyreek Jones wide open under the basket. He's had a
court vision from Quentin Gooden.
He's had a superstar game so far. You didn't expect much from him, but whew. Xavier Simpson off the ball screen. Nice dump off to Teskey.
A little one-hand, underhand pass into Teskey.
Teskey with a minus 13 plus minus.
Well, they're down 17, so not as bad as you think.
Paul
Paul Scruggs over on the right wing. Throws it back up to Marshall. Tap the key three. Straight away, no good. Tapped out of bounds.
Oh, that's Musketeers ball. Jason Carter has been a dog on the boards.
Isaiah Livers had his hand on that one last.
And a tough schedule for the Michigan Wolverines coming up.
Since Michigan's figuring they're about to exit the tournament, they figured they'd play some NBA exhibitions. Zach Fremantle to inbound for the Xavier Musketeers.
Gets it into Scruggs. Corner to Najee Marshall. Inside to Fremantle. Paul Scruggs over to Gooden. Gooden three ball. Missed that one.
Nice hustle by Fremantle going into the Wolverines bench, but couldn't get there quick enough.
Quentin Goodwin, 3 of 13 from the field. He's had a terrible night from the field.
Xavier Simpson across the timeline for Michigan.
Probably the only Musketeer player to have a bad game so far. And Simpson can't get that one to fall. Scruggs with the rebound. They're pushing the floor. Scruggs pulls it back out. Gets a screen from Jones. Scruggs drives left. Picks it up. Jab step. Corner to Gooden. Gooden tries to get a screen. Up with the left hand. Ooh!
That's four. All right.
That's
First, they're going to give it to Xavier Simpson. I thought the foul was going to be on Teskey.
You don't want to give cheap fouls to Gooden because he's had a off night from the field, but he knocks down the first free throw. If Gooden knocks this down, it'll be the largest lead of the night, and it is 19-point lead for the Musketeers, 70-51.
Only 7 minutes to go.
Here comes Xavier Simpson over to Eli Brooks. He's back into the ball game for the Wolverines. Kicks it out to Isaiah Livers. Xavier Simpson on the wing gets a screen from Teskey. Simpson pulls it back out deep two. Can't get that one to go. Rebound Gooden. And
Michigan's only scored 51 points in the first 33 and a half minutes to this game. That's a tribute to Xavier's nice half-court defense, ranked 20th in the country by Ken Pomeroy.
Oh. And that's a foul on Eli Brooks. It's still a little bit chippy out there, and a timeout by the Musketeers. Didn't want anything to escalate.
Emotions running a high for Juwan Howard's team as they're down 19. They see the end of their season.
Tyreek Jones inbound for the Musketeers. 6.5 to play. Into Gooden. Gooden goes baseline. Ooh!
Oh. Xavier's running up the score now. It's a 20-point lead, 21-point lead for the Musketeers.
Nice little gap dribble by Gooden. Gets to the rim. Oh, Xavier Simpson. Easy lay-in. Answers right back.
Quick burst of speed there.
14 points, but only 33% from the field.
Also only played 22 minutes. Never understood that stint in the second quarter when he didn't play for about 7 minutes. That's on Howard.
Gooden has a lane, drives right. And that's going to be a reach-in on Teskey, his fourth. He's got to be careful. He's going to foul out.
Well, Stir, no sense in not playing him anymore. You got to have him in there. Down 19 with 5 minutes to go.
Tyreek Jones working the baseline. Back out to Gooden. Here comes Scruggs on the wing. Gets a screen from Fremantle. Scruggs drives right and can't finish. Got his own rebound. Back out to Gooden. Gooden pulls up from three. Rimmed that one out. He just can't seem to get anything to go from downtown.
Luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
1 of 7 from deep. Wagner gets to the rim, and he's fouled by Najee Marshall. Wagner, younger brother of Mo Wagner, sharpshooter for the Washington Wizards.
Both from Alba, Berlin, Germany.
Missed the first one.
Mo Wagner played for John Beeline at Michigan. Now Franz, playing in his first year under first-year head coach Juwan Howard. Quentin Gooden across the timeline for the Musketeers. Works to the top of the key. Drives right, throws it back over his head to Marshall. Marshall on the left slot. Throws it over to Scruggs.
Paul Scruggs behind the back. Inside to Fremantle. 6 on the shot clock. Behind the back to Najee Marshall. Najee Marshall gets inside. Ooh, nice finish.
Oh, that was pretty.
Ooh, he slithered through the air. Slithery, like a snake.
Avoiding the charge.
And timeout by the Wolverines. 20-point lead for the Musketeers. And they can smell blood here with 5 minutes to play. I think the Wolverines got their claws just ripped right off their hands.
Speaking of Wolverine claws, how about the mascot matchup tonight, Stir? We got a good one. Musketeers and their rifles and the claws of the Wolverine. Who are you taking in the battle?
Well, I think the Musketeers, they got the rifle and you got the sword.
I'm taking the Musketeers from long distance. But up close, the Wolverine, I think, might have a little edge. Either way.
Certainly seems like it, but not here tonight.
Najee Marshall has been a great player here tonight for the Musketeers. He's got about 20 points.
He'll be the Jordan player of the game, but more importantly,
We're yet to announce our Zaxby's player of the game. We still got 4.5 minutes to go.
Xavier Simpson, deep 2. He got that one to rattle home.
And we want to, again, shout out the neutral site. They got games going on until about midnight tonight. Last game tips off at about 11 p.m. This whole 2K Sim tournament is a neutral site Hutchin Huber production.
Najee Marshall breaks down off the dribble. Again slithers right through the air.
Ooh, Najee Marshall.
Slice and dice. He's got 26 on the night.
Okay, let's go ahead and give him that Zaxby's player of the game.
I mean, Hutch, he didn't even he played 1 minute in the second quarter, and he's still got 26.
Efficiency.
Whew.
Wagner pulls it back over to Simpson at the top of the key. Simpson receives a ball screen going right from Teskey. Fall away 3 deep. Rattles out. Rebound to Scruggs. 4 minutes to go. The clock is ticking away on Michigan's season.
20-point lead. Najee Marshall gets it on the wing. Here he goes. Over to Gooden in the corner. Back up to Scruggs. 6 on the shot clock. Marshall
He's going to have to
gets a
force
screen. Gets in the lane. Pull up Jay. Woo! Rattle it at home. He's got 28. Hutch, Najee Marshall's more efficient than my dishwasher. He's got 28. Xavier Simpson's got the ball at the top of the key.
Simpson puts it behind his back, pulls it back out, throws it to Teskey in the left slot. I don't know if that's where you want Teskey to catch the ball, the big 7'1" guy.
I mean, and that's exactly why, because he gets his pocket pick. Luckily, the Wolverines get it back. Eli Brooks with a terrible long-range 2. Rebound to Gooden. 3 minutes to play, pushing the ball still. Paul Scruggs at the top of the key. 22-point lead. And guess what? Who's got the ball? Najee Marshall. He's my PTPer, Hutch. What did I tell you before the game? I told you he was going to get 25 and 12. But he's blocked by Teskey. That would have brought the house down. Stolen by Gooden. And they're going to look to slow it down here with about 2.5 to play. 22-point lead. Gooden over to Paul Scruggs. Scruggs from about 15 feet away.
Michigan face guarding Najee Marshall with Isaiah Livers there on the backside. Rebound goes to Michigan and Simpson.
Well, they should have been doing that from the get-go. Should have listened to me. Xavier Simpson. I thought he was going to shoot that. You got to shoot that down 22. Now he's just holding it.
Showing off his hand size. Simpson pulls it back out to the March Madness logo.
He says, just because I'm a point guard doesn't mean he got the green to go on that one. Deep 2 for Xavier Simpson.
Toes on the line, not a very analytically savvy shot.
But they'll take the 2. A little late for it, though. Paul Scruggs at the top of the key. Nice back cut by Gooden, and he gets it to go.
80 points for the Xavier Musketeers. That's the most we've seen by any team in any game we've called so far in this tournament, Stir. Villanova had 79.
Xavier Simpson gets it. Drives right hand, scoops, and he scores.
Simpson filling up the stat sheet here near the end of the game, but it's too little too late. The Musketeers cannot be denied. Michigan's defense has no answer.
Gooden gets it back. Over to Paul Scruggs. Minute 20 to play. Marshall at the top of the key. He finally gets the ball back. Inside to Fremantle. Over to Gooden. Up to Marshall. 5 on the shot clock. Scruggs gets it. Fall away 2. Missed that one. Rebound Isaiah Livers.
1 minute left to go in this contest.
Simpson breaks him down off the dribble, and he's going to miss a wide open layup. 55 seconds to play. Gooden's going to walk the ball up the floor. 20-point lead. This one's about over, Hutch. I can hear the fat lady already.
2 wins already in this tournament for the 11-seeded Xavier Musketeers.
That's more than anyone else can say. Here comes Paul Scruggs. And he gets his pocket stripped by Xavier Simpson. Up to Isaiah Livers. Inside to John Teskey. He gets bumped. Can't finish. But he'll have 2 shots at the line. 32 seconds to play before this one's over. Teskey, first one. Rattles it home. Cuts at the 19. Teskey, second one. Eyes, and he flies. Got that one to go off the rim. Didn't let me finish there, Hutch.
Demir Bishop checks into the game with the rest of the subs for the Musketeers.
And Najee Marshall with a standing ovation as he comes out. We'll go ahead and tell you, he's our Zaxby's player of the game. The most prestigious honor in all of college basketball. Corner. Wilson, he hasn't seen any action tonight. He's going to miss that one. 4 seconds to play. Gooden walks it up, and that's all she wrote, folks. The Xavier Musketeers. Another upset here on Hutch and Huber Sports. The Xavier Musketeers pull off the 11-6 upset, 80-61 over the Michigan Wolverines.
A second half annihilation. Xavier wins the second half by 22 points.
Whew.
Xavier, 52 points in the second half, and Michigan's defense had no answer.
And Hutch, I think all our viewers know, but who is our Zaxby's player of the game?
Najee Marshall. 28 points, 5 rebounds on a very efficient 12 of 21 from the field. Najee, our last player of the game, Jabari Rice, retweeted our tweet. If you could do the same, it'd be greatly appreciated. Also, if you want to pick up your $10 Zaxby's gift card, head over to the Charlestown Road location in New Albany. Matt Dennison will personally hand that to you. But what a first half Najee had with 14 points there.
Big time. He didn't even play in the second quarter. Still ends up with, played about 1 minute in the second quarter. Ends up with 28 points. I told you he's more efficient than my dishwasher.
Still not exactly sure what that means.
Quentin, well, he's a machine. We'll just put it at that.
I like it.
Quentin Gooden, he had 13 points, 5 of 16 from the field, picked it up a little bit in the second half. And Tyreek Jones had a heck of a game, 13 points, 10 rebounds, had 3 thunderous dunks. And then Paul Scruggs had a really well-rounded game, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Jason Carter had a couple nice offensive rebound putbacks. And then for the Wolverines, Xavier Simpson kind of padded his stats there at the end. He ended up with 20. Franz Wagner had a quick 9 points in the first quarter. Then don't know what Jawan Howard was doing, taking all their good players out. And Isaiah Livers, 6 and 6. DeJulius had a terrible game, 1 of 8 from the field. Alvis had 4 of his 6 from the free throw line. Teskey, really quiet, 5 points, 5 rebounds. Eli Brooks also shot terrible from the field. Just overall, the shot making from the Wolverines was not very good.
Subpar.
As you can see, 20 of 59 from the field is not going to get it done, as Xavier, 35 of 74 from the field. They got 15 more shots up than the Wolverines. You just can't win if you're the Wolverines taking 15 less shots.
Xavier dominated this game, shooting only 22% from beyond the arc.
And look at that. Points in the paint, 58 to 22. A 36-point difference. That's probably one of the biggest in tournament history.
And another number to look at, Michigan shot only 34% from the field. Xavier's half-court defense ranked 20th in the country by KenPom.
And also 23 to 10 in the assist category. Xavier just out-dueling the Wolverines in almost every category. And that's why they won tonight by 19, 80 to 61. So stick around here on Hutch and Huber Sports. Here in about 30 minutes, we'll have our third and final game of the night, the St. Mary's Gales against the Texas Tech Red Raiders, looking to make another Final Four run.
Chris Beard, coach of the Red Raiders. Stick around. We'll be on in 28 minutes.
For my partner, Bryce, the MVP Hutchins, I'm Sterling Huber here on Hutch and Huber Sports, along with the joint production with the Neutral Site. Stick around. We'll see you in about 30 minutes.